Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review for the Weblyfe Atlanta season finale. This is episode 7 of season 1. This has been a season. It has been relatively good for the first time out. That is what I say. We'll get more into this once I actually watch the episode. So let's jump into it and see what's happening in the season finale.
So connected to the
So Brandon and Lacey just sat down and had maybe a 10 minute conversation about nothing. Let me just be honest. It's absolutely nothing. Like, it was about Mikey and the Halloween party and him falling out and a bunch of relevant bullshit that made absolute no sense. And I felt like, even though I'm working and watching this at the same time, I may have dozed off, my eyes may have fluttered shut because I have no idea what this. But the one thing that I did, I was able to ascertain from this conversation is that Freshie and Lacey went to somewhere foreign for their honeymoon, and it was kind of a work and play trip, but they seemed to enjoy themselves.
We were doing this whole healing.
Pause before they start talking about whatever the fuck they finna do next. So Brandon sat down and had a conversation. I can't remember the young man's name, but he is an actor, and I think maybe he was talking to him because he started out maybe doing porn or sex work or OnlyFans, but he has been able to transition into mainstream acting and things of that nature. And he sat down and they had a really honest, upfront conversation, very important, about, you know, getting into the union, getting an agent, how to really progress his career forward into crossing over into the mainstream, which is Brandon's goal. It is very informative. It's very good. I quite enjoyed it. Pause. They having a whole ponderosa over some parties that didn't go well. And Brandon's Halloween party didn't go well because Brandon had a whole episode and passed out and had to be taken away by ambulance. Okay, well, we gonna hash it out. I'm with Lacey. I don't understand why Lacey is there. She didn't have any issues with it. Well, she wasn't the first thing, and but she still didn't have no issues with nobody. Well, let's see what happens. And why is Larry the ringleader of all this? He ain't been in no trauma with nobody. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Let's see. Mikey passed out. I'm sorry. I meant Mikey. Brandon did not pass out anywhere. Listen, I'm old. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Y'all know what I meant. It's Mikey that fell out, not Brandon. I'm sorry. I know y'all was screaming at me, Mikey. It was Mikey. Because I do it myself. I know. It was Mikey. Back to the show. Okay, so Larry got a whole counselor to help them. He's like, we're going to use feeling words. We're going to sit and listen to each other. Like, if anybody is feeling any type of way, make sure that you are heard and address your issue. Like, he was like, oh no, we going to get this together. We going to get it together. Okay. All right, Larry. This I like. Instead of y'all coming together just to fuss and fight about whatever the issue was again. No, I'm bringing a counselor to this situation. We are going to sit here and talk it out like adults. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Pause. So apparently this is a healing circle. Oh, Jesus, what's going on with my fucking hair? This is a healing circle, right? And so they're supposed to speak healing and support one another, which I think is absolutely beautiful and amazing. I'm here for 100%. I really can't concentrate because my hair looks like a bird's nest. Listen, y'all. Okay. I may have to pause and comb this or something. I don't know. Something's happening. Listen. So there's like, they go around. How are you feeling? People are feeling anxious about this. He's like, Carl said, I really almost didn't come. But they get to Lacey and Freshie, and he says, do you feel supported by the people here in this circle? And she goes into the story about how they just invited them and a couple other people to their wedding and how some of them didn't show up. And then she went into some people were throwing shade that did show up. She goes back into the thing with Mikey. But unless the timing is off with this, I thought that she and Mikey had already come to some sort of resolution with this. And she forgave him for how he acted at the wedding. So I thought they had come to a resolution and healed from this situation. And she, apparently it's still bothering her, or she probably didn't have nothing else to talk about. And so she brought this subject up, or this happened before they had their, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But the Lacey's wife, Freshie, said, well, I really didn't get a chance to talk to you. And, Mikey immediately apologized. He said, I was wrong in how I acted. Blasey bloom, blue, blue. But it wasn't like there was any active beef. He knew how he acted was, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. She hadn't, maybe she just didn't have anything else to say in the healing circle, except that was her only aught. And so she brought it back up. But, really wasn't no issue because Mikey immediately apologized for how he acted. So it's all good. So they they bring it back around to Carl, who's been very quiet. That's not like Carl. He's been very quiet, and they say, well, what's going on with you? Because you just said that you were just okay. And Carl says that, I'm just trying to work through some things. Someone that I was dating that I brought to the Halloween party that I was very close with passed away on Thursday. And I'm trying to process my grief about losing this person. And in doing that, he's also trying to process the grief of losing his mother a year before. And so, Carl is really going through. First of all, my condolences on your loss. Secondly, I'm going to need more time. Hold on a second. Okay, so, as a parent who has lost a child, and who had to delay the start of their grieving process by almost 8-9 years from the event, I can tell you the grieving process is hard. It is long, and depending on how big the loss was, sometimes it's just a way of managing your grief, because some losses you don't ever get over. You can manage it. You can become functioning in it. But some losses you just don't ever get over. Parents, children, those are very hard. And Carl, if you ever see this, I just want to say to you that I am praying for you. Continue to work through your process. Just know that it does get better. It's not always going to be as hard as it is now. That's all I got. Let's get back to the show. I also felt pause. So the let's support Carl in his grief lasted about 45 seconds before they jumped to the brunch. And it was like, so Carl did X, Y, and Z. And Brandon was like, I really had an issue with it because it didn't feel like, because what Carl was saying, I was trying to figure out, did anyone know? Because I didn't know, and was this public information? And he was like, but that's not what it felt like. It felt like you were trying to tear me down and be like, ooh, did you know this about Brandon? Here's his ass, ba ba ba, and everybody's like, okay. And who's this chocolate baby? Oh God, Chris June is like, well, you're doing OnlyFans, so if you're really that upset about what was said, I don't really think it was what was said. It was how it was said and where it was said at. I think is what the general issue is, not necessarily the content of what was being said. But that's just me. And now he's about to jump on Lacey, so let's go there. So this has gone from a healing circle to a UFC octagon. Like everybody is arguing, and I don't understand what Lacey's got to do with any of this. And she's like, I really feel like y'all don't have my back. Have your back about what? For why? For what are you talking about? I mean, unless I'm missing I must be missing something I have to be missing. My hair. I have to be missing something in the equation. Because I don't understand what any of this has to do with you. I'm gonna keep watching. Maybe it'll become really hash out. So things get heated between Carl and Brandon. They throwing stuff back and forth across the little healing circle. It's not conducive. Brandon gets up. He's like, really? I just don't have to do this bullshit, and I can get up and go. And so he gets up to leave. And then, what's this baby's name? Larry. Larry follows him. I don't know why I'm stuck messing my daddy's name. Larry follows him out, and he has a conversation with him. And he says, well, listen, Carl just said that he has trouble processing his emotions. And he's been acting out of hurt for the last year in the grief with his mother and now his friend. So maybe you shouldn't take everything that he's saying to heart, because hurt people. And maybe you should just, try and take a step back, look at it and try and process it from that point of view. And so Brandon takes that into consideration. He's like, give me a minute. I won't leave. I will come back to the circle and we're going to see how it works. And what Larry was saying in his confessional is that he would hate to open up a wound and not do anything to try and heal the wound that has been reopened, and just leave it open to fester and get an infection and just get worse. I like Larry. A lot. And according to Mikey, he is really performing. So go off, Carl. Go off with the bunny pussy, honey. Go on. Do the thing. So... okay, so Carl is doing a performance at this, I can't remember the name of the club. It's famous for their drag shows on Monday night, and he's been asked to perform, and he's performing his song Bunny Pussy. And he invited everyone out, and Brandon and everybody, Brandon brought his boyfriend, what's the baby's name? Mikey showed up. So, he extended it as an olive branch after everybody kumbaya'd at the end of that healing circle. He extended the olive branch to Brandon, and they accepted, and they came to watch him perform. And he's got his little bunny mask on and bunny pussy, and I don't know what exactly bunny pussy means, but I'm sure it's a good thing. It's soft like a bunny, but I don't know. But apparently he's bopping his way across this. The episode ended with everybody coming outside with Carl while he took a smoke break and they told him how great he did on the performance. Everybody was getting along. It was camaraderie. It was brotherhood. Everybody was kumbaya, and that was how it is. Now, this was the end to a very tumultuous first season. There is a lot of room for improvement, but they did a great job on this season. If I have any notes, work on consistency with your uploads. Don't put the scenes in the show. Don't put out a bunch of deleted scenes that are pertinent to what's happening in the show. It just adds to the storytelling that you're trying to accomplish. Other than that, this was really good. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the second season. I don't know if there's going to be a reunion, but if so, then I'll be back for that. But if you haven't, please go to Outpour. Hold on, let me get the name of the channel. It is Outpour LGBTQ Productions. Go to their channel, subscribe, binge watch the season, get caught up, and tell them I sent you. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me with the Web Life. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a kin, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.